Yes, I think we are live now. So, hi everyone. I once again welcome you all to weekly sites call in Layer 5. So, this is a weekly meeting. As I said, it is held every Monday. And so, today too, we will be discussing all the PRs and issues you have in all the sites. And today we also have one special session by one of the contributors with it, who will be taking us to how you all can contribute to Sistent. And we do have a lot of Sistent related issues open right now. So this could be an area where you can get started and make impact. So about everything that is on Sistent, we will be discussing in this call, and hopefully we'll also be taking questions. And yep, we also will be assigning issues. So of I guess around 41 open issues on Sistent right now. I have listed a couple of them, and so we'll be asking if any one of you are interested into working on any one of these, and we'll be going by going forward by assigning them directly to you. And for that, you will have to. So hopefully, I think that you all have access to the docs. So you can go to each of these issues and you can comment there, and we'll be following FCFS in order to assign the items. And once we assign one issue to you, we'll be writing your name. And yep, that would be it. You will be working on it. You will be asking any questions that you may have as you are working on the issue. And hopefully in the next sites call or dev call, you'll be presenting your work. But that would be that is something would be followed will be after Vidit gives his session. So just a little announcement on that part. We will now be following our tradition, and that is if you're joining this call for the very first time, you can take the mic and give your introduction to all the committee members. So I'll be taking a look at participants list. And Abhishek, is it the first time that you're joining site's call? If yes, do you mind giving your intro? Just a heads up in case you have any mic or bandwidth issues, you can give your intro in the chat as well. So we'll go to the next participants, Akshay. So Akshay, do you mind now giving your intro? All right. So Akshay sent word about him being outside. So welcome, on the call, Akshay. You can give your intro in the chat so everybody gets to know you. Yep. Then next up we have Aviroop. So I think Aviroop would be going ahead by giving his intro. All right. Let's ask if Deepak would want to give his intro to the participants. Deepak Kushwaha. And in introduction, you can talk about basically the projects that you're working in, the technology that you're most proficient in. How did you come to know about the community? Whether or not you are working on an issue, or you can ask anything that is on project and community, and we'll be hopefully have an answer for all of them. And yep, folks are really welcoming, so you will get all the greetings as well. I think Deepak. Do you mind going next and giving your intro, Deepak? And just as a quick check, I'll ask co-hosts if you can hear me clearly. Thanks a lot. All right. Let's see if...
Yeah, you're audible.
Thanks a lot, Sangram. Yep, we also have Souvik on the call. So Souvik, do you mind giving your intro if this is the very first time you're joining the site's call?
Hey, am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Hey, hello everyone. I'm Souvik, and I'm a recent BTech pass out, and I've been in open source for a while now. And I recently got to know about Meshery, and I already, I guess, got one of my PR merged, and probably I'm currently um, working on few more. One is front end related, another is mesh related to Meshery policies, and which is almost done. Just I need to create documentation, design doc for that to get approved. So yeah, so far having a lot of fun working on the project, navigating through the code base. Yeah, that's it. Looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot, Savik, and it's really awesome to know that you're already working on a couple of issues. I think I could recall this instance in newcomers meeting. I think in the last newcomers meeting where we discussed you working on one of the layer 5 docs item. Can you confirm if it was you?
Uh, it was not docs. It was mostly it was the landing page, uh, adding the badge section.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks a lot, Savik.
Thank you.
All right, Rahul, can you also give your intro if you are a newcomer?
Um, Hi.
Hi, Rahul.
Previously, this is not my first time. Actually, I have been to this call twice, but it has been a long time since that. Currently, I got one issue assigned in October, around the end of the October. It was related to the Sistent component manual, and I had some doubts regarding that issue, and so I have joined today to clarify.
I would say you're just in time. So, yep, we do have one session today by Vidit, who is an active contributor to Sistent, and yeah, hopefully, we'll get your questions answered. So, I would say stay tuned, Rahul.
Sure.
And looks like once again I cannot pronounce your name, and since I am repeating it because uh, these committee members was also there in newcomers meeting and I was not able to pronounce their name. I'll just simply, spell your name, and that is Ngan. Can you please go next
Hi.
and give your intro? Hi.
Hi. Oh yeah, my name is Ngan. So uh wait, what should so um I'm still new to like Meshery, and yeah, I'm still kind of like discovering the project that I want to work on. Currently, I already like set up the Meshery CTL. And like yeah, I'm just kind of looking through the issues, and yeah, but I look forward to like getting engaged more with our community and like contribute in the future. Yeah, it's nice to meet everyone.
Yeah, thank you for your intro and for joining the call. And yep, I think Vidit will be helping us, giving an overview on how folks can participate and engage in Sistent contributions. So stay tuned. I think that is it for all the newcomers on the call today. If I missed anyone, please do make sure that you give your intro in the chat. So, everyone would be there in chat welcoming you. All right, let me once again go ahead by dropping this meeting minutes in chat, and that would be our agenda today. You can take a look at all the issues that we'll be discussing and the link that are associated with them. First, we will be having this session from Vidit, and that will be followed by, assigning these issues to any one of the volunteers who would, sound off. So with it, I think the stage is yours. You can now proceed.
Yeah, sure. Let me share my screen. Hi everyone, my name is Vidit Kushwaha and welcome to this hand-on tutorial on Sistent, a layer 5 open source design system. Through this tutorial, I will be walking through you each section with the detailed explanation and practical demonstration. And we will be covering in this tutorial what is a Sistent and navigating through your through website layer5.io and helping you setting up your local repository and writing some components for the system, and then helping you how you can merge your first PR. So let's go. Yeah. So uh, Sistent, it is an open source project under the Layer 5 IO, where it Sistent stand for the consistency. It is a open source framework designed to create a cohesive and accessible user-friendly interfaces across the Layer 5 products. So what is like its main purpose is to increase the user experience by providing a uniform reusable components throughout the layer 5 projects. Yeah, so it is built on the React and TypeScript, which integrates using layer 5 material UI or having a version of 5. And it uses a layer 5, it uses a material version 5 to create a custom themes that custom themes, custom components, and it changes the default theme of the material UI to more align with the brand experience with the users. And it has also pre-designed icons and tokens to simplify the development process. So I will be navigating now. I will be navigating through the layer.io website. Let me share this link. Yeah, so this is a layer5.io website. Here are a few products under which layer 5 owns a different types of products like the open source project. One main flagship project is a Shri, which is under the CNCF Foundation, and it has also Canvas, Catalog, Mishri Docker plugin, extension, and Existent. So this is a Sistent documentation site, and under this there are few about the Sistent and few identity. Under the identity, it has the color coding of the brand. So here you can see the basic themes that the Sistent provides with the tokens, role color, autonomy, like different colors used throughout the website. There's Kepler green, saffron, yellow, charcoal, etc. So it explains the layer 5 hierarchy. It has the light theme and dark theme. Under the guidance section, it provides different palettes where we can use to the different projects, just like inside the Mishri or Canvas. So we can take an idea from here and put that into the other projects. So yeah, now I will be help to set up your local repository. Yeah, so you can visit layer5.io's repository here from the link in the chat. And so under this is a layer repository for the layer.
Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, so I think this would be a good checkpoint for us to, know if the audience, like the community members, have any questions in mind about System and what it is, and if they have, we can answer their questions either through audio or just in chat. So do you mind letting folks know that they can ask any questions they have about System in chat or?
Anyone have a doubt, you can unmute yourself, or you can put your question under the chat. We will be waiting for another 10 seconds.
Please, can you give me a brief idea about the system?
So Sistent is a repository, open source repository. It helps to manage the it uses React and TypeScript to with integrating with the Material UI version 5 to create its own custom components, just like a button or a canvas or like a divider or So we have a few here. Just a second.
Okay. Am I audible? Sorry to interrupt with it. Am I audible, Vivek?
Yeah, you can audible.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, we did give a quite good explanation, but I'll just give a overview to the audience, like a bit in a small summary. So in short, System is basically a in-house layer 5 design system. So you have seen many design system where you can create your reusable components, right? Reusable for example, buttons, was Vidit was saying, right? So basically, we have our own in-house design system where we have our themes set up there, brand colors, right, and any components we use, reusable components, which could be a base component. Base component is like tables, right? Button and checkboxes, they are base. And using these base components, we have made many custom components, right? So like basically Sistent is that it's a in-house design system, and it's has its own repo which is called layer 5. I think it's Sistent repo. Someone will share in the chat. So yeah, it's totally made up on TypeScript. These components are using TypeScript for like static, like checking any typing issues or not. So that's why we use TypeScript for that. But yeah, these components are now used across all of the layer 5 projects, Meshri, layer 5, or there are other private projects also, cloud and extensions. So yeah, and they can also be used in different other projects where if someone want to use. So Vidit was explaining that how you can help in documenting these components either in layer 5 or Sistent. So currently, if I just share my screen, just a second. Okay. Go to layer 5 Sistent. Right. So here's the repo, like, sorry, under layer 5, you will see this Sistent and you will see what about identity and components. And like earlier, we have this plan to move this to a different site, but currently we are inside this layer 5 I only. Yeah, leaving that. So these are the components. These components are not enough. Like we have other components, but they are not being documented yet. So if you go to layer 5 repo and see issues with labeled layer 5 Sistent, you will see that what other components are there in here, and you have to document that in here, like similarly to other components here. Yeah. So yeah, that's the process. And I think Vidit just explained, like Vidit, you explained like how will someone create a component out there, or you were going to. So I'll
Yeah, he
just
was
Yeah,
going to.
okay. So yeah, I think he has also made some. If I just go to contributing guideline, if I just um, okay, yeah, under contributing.md, you will see that how you can contribute to layer 5 Sistent. This is basically how you can add components here. So you have to just go and for finding issues, there is a project Sistent label. Under sections project Sistent, you will add those components. For example, if you add a table, just add a table and all other contents in it you have to add. And just yeah, like there is a Vidit has only contributed here. Like if you create any components out here, it will create automatic pages and which will be listed out or displayed here. So yeah, you don't have to create any other headache. You don't have any other headache to create other pages, several guidance codes, because if you go to the components, you will see there are three sections, layers. You have to just create 3 pages and it will be automatically displayed out here rather than any other thing you have to do. Yeah. So yeah, simple. That is, yeah, it's been listed here. So you can go out there. If you have any questions, there is discussion forum and you can ask in UX selection. Yeah, that was a small brief. If you have any questions, then yeah.
Thanks a lot, Stanshu. So I think with it, you can go next with your, further things that you had to discuss.
Yeah, thank you, Sudhanshu, for the brief introduction of the system. And now I will be helping you to set up your repository locally. So you can navigate through this layer 5 slash layer 5 IO slash layer 5. Link will be in chat. And in your repository, you navigate through the contributing.md file. So under this file, first yeah. So first, make sure that your system has Node.js and npm, and you can check through this command and Node.js -v and npm -v. If the version is showing up, that this means like you have Node.js and npm. So also verify that you have a Gatsby CLI and Gatsby.js. To verify that you can be Gatsby minus version. So yeah. So if version numbers are popping up and you are good to go. If not, you can install them using official websites and documents. So starting with you should first fork this repository into your own account, and then after this you can clone the fork account into your local machine. So yeah, I have forked this repository into my own account, and after this I have cloned into my uh, local machine using this command. So replace this with your account name, and when you navigate through the directory, you can navigate to the CD uh, layer 5, and you should also add a upstream reference to the this official repository with this command, and you can check that remote has been set up or not by this command. After this, you should always be synced with the master of the layer 5 repository. So to be in sync with this, you can run this command to be a sync. Yeah. After this, you should first create your own new branch where you can make any changes to the website or the code base. And for everyone's reference, I would be recommending you to have a Linux system, or you can, if you are a Windows, can use. I will highly recommend you to install or use a Windows subsystem for the Linux WSL. It provides a Linux-like environment, and it provides a easy to work with the modern web technologies. So it will be easier to be develop the website, or yeah, or you can also install like GNU Win to run the for this repository. To make the, to install the GNU Win 32, I will be providing some link. You can install this version from the website, and after the installing, you can put a path variable into the your environment variable list, and so we can move forward. After this, I have cloned my website repository here, so you can see. The repository have a few sections like under the source where main codes lie, and here are a few assets like icons or different assets of the website. uh, it can be data, brand, value, images, and some videos. Under the yeah, so under the pages, what is it does is it is generates just under the pages, it is just like a Next.js, and yeah, so under the like here components, so it houses the reusable components that is built upon React, where the all components lies under this directory. Under the themes, we define a few your custom themes layout on top of a material UI, and where we define style, color, or typography of this repository. Under the page section, we generate for it is for the static site generation, creating a routes automatically for the on a given file structure. So you can see like it navigating to you to slash blog site. It will be navigating you to career or yeah. So yeah, and this is a static things like here, and few more things that I like to give you over. There is one thing called Gatsby config.js where the we manage the plugin here, metadata and site things. If any PR account has, if there are any PRs regarding this thing, you can be navigating through this get config where whole site's metadata lies. And there is also one thing called Gatsby Node.js where we can create a yeah, we can create a custom page uh, yeah, on the like we not do not want to all we do not want to like everything just like Sudhanshu has said. Like I have created one feature where we do not like dynamically create the pages of the system documentations. Yeah. So first we after like we have set up the repository, first we have to set up the like install the node modules which we can do in the Linux using a setup. So it will be installing the all the npm packages, and I have installed, so I will be not running. After this, we can set up the set up the local server for the site. So it can be done by site command. So it will be setting up the locally the layer 5 website. So it might take some time. So until then, I will be navigating like where does the component for the system lies. So yeah. So as I have previously said that it lies, most of the pages are created inside the pages. So under the pages, here is a project. Under the project, there is system. So as Sudhanshu has said that I have created a dynamic import of the pages, so you don't have to create a component here regularly. So all the when you create a new documentation for the system, it will be lies under the section. Under the section, it will be projects. Okay. Under the project, it will be system. So here all the components lies like a backdrop, box, button, etc. So whenever you introduce you are working on the PR, like creating a new component for the writing a new component. So you have to create you have to navigate through section under slash project slash assistant, and under this component directory, you can create another directory for your component. So just like you want to create a component for the button, here you can create a component for the button where mainly every system documentation, system components require three fields. One is the guidance and component. So under the index.js, we generally provide an overview of the components.
Do you mind repeating what you said in the last 30 seconds? So yeah. We lost your voice there.
Oh, sorry. So yeah.
And before Vidit does that, I'd just simply like to highlight that, we heard Vidit say that it's recommended that if you have Linux system or if you are using Windows, then WSL is, the way to go. But let's say you just have, plain Windows machine that you want to contribute to, fret not, we have got you covered. We had one contributor who helped make this video specifically for Windows contributors. So how to set up Make and how to get this site running locally. You can find that video on our YouTube channel and the link I just shared in chat. So do take a look at that. And yep, this meeting and including this meeting, other past meetings and any future meetings, they are live streamed on YouTube and you can find their past recording. So I would say, if this is something you're interested, you can also subscribe to the channel. So yeah, please go ahead with it.
So yeah, so as I was saying that under the every system component, we generally write there are three sections. One is overview, another one is guidance, and another one is a code. So under the overview, we generally introduce the component and generally the questions like what and why questions. So it mainly explains the functionality of that component and its context of the usage. Yeah, so we can describe here types, different types, like here we have described for button component types, field, outline, text, or different sizes, and how to we can add icons inside the button. Under the guidance, we generally it's like a deeper way to how it is working. Like it provides a detailed instruction on how get and use this component into the projects, just like here its functionalities and different buttons And best practice for the generally we put a best practices here for implementing, highlighting, and highlighting the recommendation approach to how we can implement this a component into the website. We generally include here like any accessibility features, any limitations, or any best practice that you have. Under the code section, we generally provides like a developer loves code examples. So it is an easier way to explain the component how it works by providing a code example here. So yeah, generally there is a practical of the code where we can just copy and paste into the code sections, like inside the another repository. And it covers the common use cases and such as default configurations and customizable, just like here inside the button example of the outlet. And we generally provides includes a multiple variation of the certain components and how it is versatile and can be used anywhere. So, yeah, this is any I want to ask any if anyone has few questions, or we will be waiting for another 10 seconds.
We did.
Hi.
So I have a question. Let's say I'm working on the measuring, and I would need the components, but it's not on Sistent yet. So how do I go about it? Let's say, for instance, I would like to use calendar for some reason on measuring, and but it's not on the Sistent yet. So what would happen in such a case?
So we generally put the highly usable components inside the system. You like, let's suppose you want to use a particular component that is available in Material UI but not in the system. Firstly, I will be recommending to add that component into the system, from where we can use across the layer 5 repositories or other projects. So yeah, how things we do here.
I think Vidit has got a solid point, but yeah, this is really possible that we will not have every component inside Sistent. And so from a contributor's perspective, yeah, if you could PR that component to Sistent, and then if you want, you can add the documentation to the site, and then also you can help, since you mentioned Mishri, like we are also, there's the overhaul right now. Ankita and some other contributors are working in that area where we are making sure that we are just using Sistent, and we are also updating MUI versions. So you also can update the components there to use that particular component, Sistent component. But yeah, that would be the answer. But we also, I think, would benefit from if Ankita or Stanshu have any additional thoughts or answers on this particular question.
No, like I think.
Then there are other
Vidit,
maintainers as well, like Antoinette and others who would be interested to answer this. So we can take this up in future meetings. But yeah, please go ahead, Stanshu.
yeah, I think Vidit already answered, but yeah, Taiwo, let's see, like basically, we don't want every like the most components we use, like for example, duplicate components, we generally put them in Sistent. Uh, so basically, if you are talking about, for example, calendar, right? So if correct me if I'm saying right, that you are saying that if I are working with some component like calendar and you are that is not in Sistent, so how will you work, right? This is what you are asking.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so like for example, like any component which is mostly all components are made up of like small chunks of base components. So I think if you are making, for example, you are making a card component, right? Though its card is there in Sistent, but if you're, for example, if I'm take card is not there and you're trying to make, so card is basically how it's made. Like there's a box, there is an image component, and there is a label content. So each singular chunks components are already there in Sistent, so you can use those and make a card component while you are working with something like that. So yeah, like all those like small components make a whole component is already there. But yeah, like if the particular component you are working and you're working in duplicate manner, right? You are doing again and again, then you should put in Sistent. There is a like a flow that yeah, you should talk in the Slack channel in the community that yeah, this component you are writing it in a duplicate way. So there should be a way to put them in Sistent. Then yeah, you can create issue and first you should put in Sistent, then reuse it in every other project. This is a common flow. Yeah. I think you got your answer or any. Still, you have doubt.
Yeah. I got it. Thank you so much.
Great, thanks.
Yeah. So thank you, Sudhanshu, for the recommendations and the answer. And now I will be giving you some best practices for the writing the documentation and creating the components, the system components. So as I have described earlier, like if you want to create any component for the system, you can take a reference from the material UI documentations, and you can implement here also. But also take care of also view the system repository, or if there is any additional props or additional components over there, or it is a modified or not. So yeah, so after the navigate the repository under the component section, you have to create first directory of what component you will be writing here. So yeah, the button, you can create a directory for the button. Inside there will be three sections. One will be index.js, which will be for the overview of the component, and there will be another file called guidance.js, where guidance of the component will be live with the accessibility, performance tips, etc. Under the code.js, we will be there will be a code example for that. So you don't have to write a code block .js for the every file. You can import from the button.js. We will be putting it into the components uh, under the parent directory. Yeah. So after the component creations, you can put that component source into this file called content.js, under where can describe the metadata of the component with having an ID and name of the component describing, and the short description which will be visible here. So here will be the name that you have given and the short description which will be here. So, and you also provide the URL for this, where we URL is just like where you put this component here, like this is a URL for this. After this, you have also provide the source of the component from where you are importing this, so that it will be easier to create a custom component and easier to create the pages for that. And now after this, after you created the make the changes to the code base, you should run the following command. So after the you have done make the changes, you can track your changes using this command add dot. After this, you should commit your messages. Commit using this command. You should be signing off. Don't forget to sign off your commit. By the signing off on the commit, you are declaring that you have wrote this code and have a right to the submit, and the code does not violate any copyright or the laws. So you can see more in detail using this link. And you can sign off by different ways, like you can put this sign off tag here, or this short one, or you can also put sign off from settings. You can yeah. Under the settings, you can find one section, sign off. So I have enabled here. You can also enable, so you don't, if you forget to add a sign sign off. So it automatically adds your email. So after this, you should run this following commands, which will first check out the master of your repository. Then we'll fetching the master from the remote repository, and it will be merging this your branch into upstream master. And after that, it will pushing it to the origin. So after this, you go to your GitHub account repository where your repository lies, and from where you can go to the particular branch where you have created a particular for the feature. After this, you can create a pull request, and yeah, there we have a template where you have to sign off, provide a few description and few images screenshots that help Sudhanshu or any one of us to review the request. That's all from my side. If anyone has a question, or we will be waiting for another 10 seconds.
Vidit, I think at this point, if we could show any merged PRs, that would act as inspiration for folks. If you could open, one of yours or anyone's that is merged. I just shared one from CAF. It's, I think, about adding divider component. So just in case you're not able to.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, so CAF is one of contributor which has written some documentation in the past few months, and this is a one of his pair for the Sistent divider component. So yeah, under this provide, like, this is a PR template that he has provided. So short description, like what this PR fixes, and under this what we can expect. So he has also added a few screenshot which explains like what if a site fail to build or anything happens. So it can help us to review your PR. So after this, we have a one bot called i5.i5io, which will be providing a preview for your commit, for your particular commit. So we can observe here the server version of the code that you have, or feature you have made. So this is all. And under this, so this is an old one where it is before we have added the dynamic import of the system component. So under this, now you don't have to create a pages for the every components like code or guidance, and you have to create a component under the project slash assistant slash component. So under this, he has created a component divider which has a code.js, guidance.js, and yeah. And now I think we will assigning a few system issues to the newcomers that are here. And first component is called icon button.
Yeah, so I just like to add 2-3 lines, and that is, this is really getting exciting. And so, yeah, if you would want to, so whatever walkthrough Vidit just told you, know that you can ask any questions right now or later when you will have them. You can ask them in Slack community or through GitHub thread or on our community forum. That the link will be in chat very soon. But yeah, now we will be going ahead by showing you a couple of these. There are many such items open, but we'll be discussing about 7 to 8, and we'll be assigning them to you. So you can sound off. You can either communicate through chat, or you can just unmute yourself and say that you would want to work on the particular issue that is on screen. And so we will be assigning you, and we'll also be writing your name next to the issue in the meeting minutes. So yeah, that would be it. So I think Vidit, you can now explain about this icon button component.
So we have a icon button component under the system component page. So we have to add a icon button component. So we can observe this component under this website.
So while it is taking time to load, know that miniature of all these items are just the same. There is this undocumented component that the ask is to document them into the site, and yeah, these are particular components that we would want you to document, and so this icon button is one of them.
So
do we
inside
have anyone? Please go next, Avid.
So we have anyone to like 1 second. So hi Abhishek, would you like to take this component and write a documentation for this?
Yeah, sure. I can.
So can you provide your GitHub handle into the chat?
Okay.
And yes, so this is I mean, worth mentioning that you will have to comment in this GitHub thread for us to be able to assign you.
Okay.
You will find the link in the meeting minutes, and yep, I'll also be dropping this right now in chat. And same goes for all the other listed issues.
So
Yeah, we did shared.
I have shared the link here, and yeah, Abhishek would be like to take this here, so you can assign here. So for the another component, we have a chip component for this component page. I think there is no link attached to it. Let's go to another component. So we have another component called a stack component, and we have to write a documentation for the same. We can find this component under this link where you can stack, I think, component. Such component is here inside the, yeah. So it uses the MUI stack where we have to write a documentation for this, and I would like to call Akshay. Akshay, would you like to take this, write the documentation for this?
Oh, yeah, I can take it. Can you show a sample documentation of any of the component?
So you can go through this where we have provided this link under which
with it, like there is a already closed PRs for sample, I guess. So if you search it with label layer 5 Sistent or GitHub labels, you will get all those PRs or issues which are already been merged or taken care of. So it will give you a difference how to work on that. Yeah.
Also, Akshay, like in the issue description, you will have everything. And if not, you need further clarification, you can always ask the PR issue author, or Vidit, Sudhanshu, and all the folks that you see in the community. But to answer your question, yep, there are plenty of merged PRs that you can take inspiration from. And in fact, we were taking a look at them a couple of minutes ago. And yeah, on the sites call too, like this one, we give feedback and do review rounds. So there too, you can ask any question, or for further clarification, you can.
Okay, sure. I will look into it.
Thank you, Abhishek. And another issue is adding a tabs to the system documentation, system components. here, so it is a one of such component we use are called tabs, or it can be single tab, or it can be a different tabs. You can preview this component inside this provided link. And I would like to call Deepak Kushwaha. So can you work on this issue?
Yes, I would love to contribute.
So you can put your name, GitHub handle inside this issue, and we can assign you.
Okay.
So another component is adding a select component to the Sistent component page. So we have been using a Sistent select component, and we can find this into this link where code lies, and it uses a MEI select component, and I would like to assign a Jabri. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Jabria. Okay. So she's not audible, or Jabria, you can
Yeah,
put.
so yeah, folks. So as we are calling your name, if you're interested, you can comment in the GitHub issue, and we will assign you. Or through chat too, you can sound off. So I think there would be some audio issues on their side. We can, I think, go next.
So Nagan, would you like to work on this component? Or
Oh. Hi, sorry, did you call my name?
yeah, would you like to work on this issue? Writing a system component.
Yes,
So you
for
can put your
the
name.
select.
So you can put your GitHub handle in this issue that I have put into the chat. So Vivek, you can write name. Okay.
Yeah, and also you can go through the whatever we discussed, in this call. You can go through the live recording of it. It will be available after the call. So yeah, as you are getting up to the speed, you are contributing. You will be getting any help that you need from contributors like Vidit and myself. So yeah, I'll be going ahead by writing your name in there. I think it's toggle button, right? Oh no, it's select component. Yeah, I'll be writing your name in that component.
So I need to add some comments into the issue
GitHub, yeah.
on GitHub. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the way assigning it works is by we only can assign to the commenters. So you will have to head on to the issue link, and then you will have to comment, and that way we'll be able to assign.
So we have a next component called a radio group. So yeah, this is a component of what it looks like. This is a radio group grouping two radio buttons, and it uses the same like UI version 5 radio group. And I would like to Ayan. Ayan, can you would like to work on this? Yeah, like this issue.
Sorry, right now I joined this meeting to get familiar with the project like bit more, and like I'm not like comfortable with this thing webs. I joined basically I have a question, so at the end like I would like to ask it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's totally fine, and it's understandable. Your area of focus could be lying somewhere else. So yeah, in the end of the call, I'll be discussing about various other meetings that you can participate in. If web is not your focus, it could be under in cloud native. So it's totally fine if you want to take some more time and then circle back to contributing. That's totally fine into this particular area. So I think we can go next for now.
So sure. So you would like to work on this? Oh, you have commented. Okay.
I think with it, since we are also have less time remaining, I think anyone who wants to work on any one of these issues, you can sound off right now by unmuting yourself. We'll be waiting for 10 seconds. If not, know that all the links will be there in the meeting minutes. You can anytime go and comment, and we'll be able to assign you that particular item. And I think I'll be repeating it, I think more than twice, that if you need any help in the Slack community or on community forum or in GitHub, you will be getting them. So yeah, anyone who would want to, come forward and, would be wanting to working on any of the issues that we just discussed?
I want to take a moment and make it a bit simpler for people still wondering what needs to be done. I think a few of them are still. So if whoever's controlling the screen, if you could open this page, right? Project systems components, layer5.io slash probably open it up, right? That will make it very clear. Yeah. So basically, anyone who's still wondering, if you see the tiles here, you'll have to create more such tiles. So it's a simple documentation thing. We just have a few documentation tiles here. Tiles is what I'm calling it. Might be calling it something else, but yeah, I mean it's not code or something. In case anyone's wondering, you just have to keep adding more of these into the page. That's what we're trying to aim here. I hope that's what we're trying to do here, right?
Yeah, so thanks. And I would like to add a little point more. I think we are already over time. Yeah, so mostly these components you will see there are no mockups right there, right? So you might wonder that what content you should might put here. So see, there are like lots of design system out there in Google. You will search like Material UI, for example, and Material UI is also coming from, I guess, Google's Material Design. Yeah. So you might like take reference from these sites, and you don't have to copy their content like exactly like this is button, so this is button. No, so you should take reference and take ideas like what you should put, and like try to be consistent with layer 5's content and their branding. So that would be more easy to read, and those like the content should be that much consistent according to that. Yeah. So you have to use you have to use your brain and just try to get all those content. And though you don't have to put all each and everything at first PR. So we'll review it, and if you see anything more can be added in iterative way, so we'll tell you about that. But yeah, you can start, and the small issues like doesn't require any extra work. Their data content you will get in the Google, and try to use and just put those documentations in the system project. Yeah, simple.
Thanks a lot for the clarification, Sudhanshu and Sangram. I think it really helped. And with do you have any last words that you want to say to the participants?
Thank you, everyone, and I hope this tutorial helps you and helps you to merge your first PR with the layer 5. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot, Vidit. And now I will be sharing my screen. We are 1 minute over the time, but let's quickly discuss the meeting calendar, and that is this. I'll be dropping that right in chat. So just like this weekly call, we also have dev call that is centered around Meshery and its deployment, its roadmap. You can join that call on each Wednesday, and let's not talk about the time zone. You can simply subscribe to the calendar, and it will be sending you reminders whenever the meeting is about to start. I have already, shared this link in chat. And yep, if you need any overview on the community and projects, we also have weekly newcomers meeting on Thursday, and bi-weekly we have a CICD meeting and CNCF Tag Network meeting on Thursday. You can take a look at them. You also can get access to the meeting minutes. You will find them all in this calendar itself. We also talked about whatever we talked about. You would need to have installed these prerequisites, and so I'll be dropping this link once again in chat. And to sum up, yep, you can find all the open issues through the link that is in the docs. So make sure that you do have access to it. And if not, you can sound off in Slack, and we'll make sure that you do. And yep, feel free to ask any questions that you have on either Slack or community forum. Everyone will be very happy to answer them. And I think that is all. As far as other agenda items are concerned, I think we are we will not be able to cover them all, but this one I guess is worth discussing a bit, and that would be the failing site action. So around the project, we have GitHub Actions for doing couple of things, and so in the recent updates to GitHub Action, they are, I think, updating the runner version that is there. So whenever you are specifying the machine that the action should run on, you specify the Ubuntu latest. For example, this jekyll.yaml file. So this is a GitHub, workflow action file which builds this site and then deploys it to GitHub pages. So whenever you push to, so whenever any PR is merged, it's pushed to the master branch, and then this is invoked. So recently, this has been failing, and I have attached the link in the meeting minutes, and I'll also be dropping that in chat. And it has something to do with them not pre-installing the required dependencies for us. So I also went there and took a look. But yeah, if this is something you would want to help with, please do take a look at this failed run. And if you have any proposed solutions, you can make a pull request, or can simply open a new issue and discuss there. So just a quick item that I wanted to discuss. And yeah, this is something I'll be actively working on if no committee members volunteers. So yeah. So that is it. I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll be now looking into Sistent issues to contribute. I thank you all for joining this call. We'll see you next Monday. Till then, bye everyone.